Alrighty guys, welcome back. Once again, we are jumping into our next matchup here now. And this is going to be a bit of an interesting one, as we do have an Australian player going up against an East Coaster. So this should be a lot of fun. Hoyt on the left side, of course, being the East Coaster, and Steej on the right side playing for the red team. Well, the red side, it would technically be called in the 1v1. He's going to be the player from Australia. So for the Aussie fans out there, you know who to root for now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he deals with the ping. I would imagine, you know, he's going to be at a disadvantage. You'd expect a lot of railing from him. He'll probably try to avoid, you know, especially lightning gun encounters, straight up fights like that. And the rocket launcher would be a little delayed. So you also got to be careful about engaging in close quarters. So you got to just kind of play a good mental game and try to run them into shots before going in for a killing blow.
Again, in warm-up here, so we should be starting the actual match in about 20 seconds. So this should be interesting, just because I'm sure people are going to try to figure this out on their own anyway. Oh no, I was going to try to check the pings, but I don't think we can see them on the scoreboard. Can we? Oh no, we can.
I mean,
okay.
Just based on latency, I mean, Hoyt, if he's on his game, he should mop this up.
So
seriously, you shouldn't let a guy with 250 ping hang around with you.
So,
I don't care what he's doing with the rail. You should be all over this guy.
It's impressive that Steej has made it this far into the event, right? With this kind of a thing, but
yeah, I mean, there's things you can do. I mean, especially when you're better than other players, and you know you can mentally beat guys. But once you're getting further into the bracket like this, I mean, come on, guys should take you out.
Yeah, so it is 20 to 27 ping. I saw it flinging a little bit there for Hoyt versus 250 ping for Steej. So this guy's got a 230 ping advantage over Steej. So we'll see how well he's able to do. Like you said, there's definitely a little bit of stuff you can do, depending on how the light compensation and whatnot works out in your favor. But we'll get into it here now and take a look and see just how much he is able to do. He already tried to go for a quick engagement there on the Nyx, tried to dive bomb right outside of the portal. Didn't work though. Hoyt's got great control over the armor pickup here, and actually the Mega Health's been just left in the open too. Steej is going to quickly swing back over there though and be able to grab that one. So he will have that working for himself. And for Hoyt, well, up on top now. Over here on the rocket bridge, he's great control here. And now can try to...
Missed that rocket jump.
He's going to have to go for it again. Steej, in the meantime, is moving over to the rocket bridge to try and intercept. And in fact, I think he is just going to grab it. Yeah, unfortunately for Hoyt, he mistimed it a little bit here. So he's going to have to be happy with just railing him on the retreat. Gets that one. Rocket was just off the mark, but now Hoyt, he can swing over here to the Mega Health, grab that. Missed rockets from Steej too. So Hoyt actually gets himself a pretty big advantage now. He only has basic armor, but he does have the Mega Health to play off of, whereas Steej on the Nyx is still going to be relatively squishy as a result of this one. Hoyt has that active ready too, so if he wants to pop that in, well, speak of the devil, he can indeed pop that and try to now read into where Steej is going to go. He knows exactly where he's at, over to the rails once he saw him go through the portal, but the missed shot, so unfortunately doesn't get as much use out of the wall hack as he would have liked.
Yeah, Hoyt being a little lazy on the timers here too. He had good separation on both. He really should have been all over that heavy armor, grabbing it quickly, and look to get back to Mega Health quick to continue to put pressure on Steej and keep him, you know, from getting a stack, which he now has. So.
Yeah, so things continue to be relatively passive. I mean, we're already basically halfway through the first round, and there's barely been any damage dealt, to be completely honest here. Well, speak of that, there's another tag that goes on a Hoyt from Steej this time. And you can just see the damage overall. What is it, 86 versus 150?
It was a 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very minimal.
So basically nothing being done in these a little bit here. Finally, there's going to be a bit more of a fight, though. Hoyt connecting another rail shot. He also eats a little bit of LG damage and loses the armor more importantly, but the damage he does with that rail is very important as well here. Is now trying to lock down, and oh no, the missed jump from Steej. The wall hack, though, and oh my goodness. Hoyt uses all that time trying to lock down the position of his opponent and doesn't realize that they never even went into stealth, just kept going with the LG, and Steej actually locks down the first kill here.
Yeah, it's just one, he had a railgun out, and then he took the shot and he missed. So then he's stuck on the reload time. And then he tried to use his active ability. When you're using your active ability, you can't shoot with the gun. So he had all that time. He had the lightning gun out. He used his active ability, and he wasn't putting any damage out. Steve was just in his face, lightning gunning him. So yeah, it's definitely an error by Hoyt, and you know, Steej just put damage on him like he should.
Steej gets tagged early on, however, now on the respawn from Hoyt comes in. Does have to use that stealth to get a little bit more of a spot, but wastes the vision advantage there that he had over Hoyt, unfortunately. When Hoyt peeked back out, he was able to just leap back into the fray there, and Steej, well, unfortunately, was not able to return fire on Hoyt that time around. So things will go up towards the 4-minute timer in a moment here, though. And as soon as we get past 5, remember, folks, this does go into sudden death. If one player has more champions remaining than the other, they will win it on that time mark. But if Hoyt can trade this back, and we don't see any more kills happen within the next minute now, we'll go into sudden death.
Gotta get in there,
man. Kill will win. Yeah, Hoyt's a little passive right now. Letting Steej get away with a lot.
I don't know if he's aware of that timer, but yeah, he did get it. That was kind of his shot. He's just gonna slow play this, look to get this hour. You know, he's gonna look for hourglass. Oh, nice read.
There's the
didn't
jump.
get. Oh, good read by Hoyt.
Beautiful execution from Hoyt, right into exactly the perfect position, and then just rocket jumps his way into there. Steej, you can tell he tried to retreat out of that, but just couldn't make it happen. So now, 20 seconds remain. However, this opening rail from Hoyt opens up a possibility for him to actually get this kill and end it before we even get into the OT itself, which just ended at the 5-minute timer. Looks like he let Steej get away, though, so they're going to be able to recover, but, you know, 5 seconds away, unless someone goes off here, then we are going to end up in OT. And the next kill, he's still going to define our winner for round number 1. Nice little dodge from Hoyt. Gets out of the way of the rail, but also whiffs his own. Just pelted into the wall, unfortunately. Hoyt, nice movement there on the Nyx. Does get himself across and dodges the rail again. Hoyt, or Steej, excuse me. Missing quite a few of these rails, probably again due to the ping disadvantage that he has to deal with there, so that's making his accuracy a little bit hard to play off of. But for Hoyt, again, another missed shot from Steej there, and Hoyt's allowed to get away. And now he's got both power-ups to play off of. Nothing stopping him from jumping in and trying to take down this Ranger. In he goes, LG at first, then over to the Rockets to try and trick him. Actually, having a bit of trouble with this Rocket play so far, so he's going to let Steej back up now and head back into the middle blood pit.
Yeah, really defensive. He really didn't take any chance at all there to put his own damage in and kind of let Steej off the hook, honestly.
So for Hoyt, again, backing up, focusing primarily on defending himself. Leaps away from this engagement. I'm not sure if he noticed. Well, he's going to hear it now. I was about to say, not sure if he noticed Steej, but was expecting to find him further back. So Hoyt got a little bit discombobulated coming out of the portal. Thankfully, he has that stealth to restart, but his HP's still bad. He's stuck in this fight, which is the worst part about this. So now he's going to try and trick Steej a little bit here. Thankfully, it worked. Steej ported to the other side of the room there with his dire orb. That gave Hoyt the time he needed to recover his HP completely. Steej is still working on a lot of HP, though, but he doesn't have a lot of armor. That's going to change now, though, as he controls both power-ups. So a great turnaround from Steej so far. And for Hoyt, well, look at this now. He's going to have to jump back down, recovering his own HP as he gets bounced off with the Rockets. And brought down once again relatively low, where Steej does have an advantage, but he might be over-pushing here by going for this. Thankfully, Hoyt misses both the Rocket and the rail shot, so Steej stays at the same exact HP. And for Hoyt, he's going to remain at this relatively low marker. The second he gets tagged, he ends up going into stealth to reset his position, to recover what is lost.
Yeah, mentally, Hoyt's not looking terribly sharp here. I mean, he's giving up some timers here and there, and he's really allowing Steej to slow play him, right? He's not really putting any pressure of his own. He's playing really passive on his own, and he's just allowing it to be more equal than it needs to be. I really think you should speed up the pace of the game and really put that pinger, high ping at a disadvantage. Make him shoot more often, not less often.
And for Hoyt now, into this fray, he goes nicely done with the LG, knocks his opponent back, was hoping he would port back up top so he could finish it, but it's not going to be the case. Now he's trying to bring it into his movements and finish off onto this last kill, but reads it improperly. The drop down, though, both missed their rail shots, and no one's going to get that kill yet. We still don't have it, and we're almost 3 minutes into OT.
All right, Hoyt landed a nice rail. I mean, he should be looking for a kill, man. Gotta have some killer instinct here and get a finish.
At the very least, he swings in, gets back control over both of the power-ups, so Steej just finds himself at a pretty big disadvantage here once more. But for Hoyt, man, he needs to close this out. Same for Steej, to be honest. Both of them should have been able to get this by now. This might be the fight that finally does it, but no, they back up again. Hoyt, you're one shot away, man. You gotta take a risk at some point here. As now he is going to push back in. Oh, so close on that rail shot there. I don't even think it would have gotten the kill anyway. And now back into the open where he's going to get tagged by a rail. Gets the armor pick up though, so recovers a lot of the lost HP. And now on the stealth is trying to chase his opponent. Not directly though. I tried to read into his movements and miscalculated it again. So now hoyt will once again find himself on the back foot of this one as he also just lets Steej get the mega health. He's going to leap back into the open here, and Steej jumping into the fight. He wants to continue it, but hoyt has no interest in taking this fight right now. The wraparound through the portal, tags him, brings him down low. He's trying to chase this fight with the rockets, but he's got to be careful to make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed himself. Thankfully, gets the high ground, and then switches back over to the rails to close out, and finally win out that first round after almost 10 minutes of competition.
Okay, if he wasn't going to get aggressive there, I was going to get very frustrated. I was like, please go in for the kill right there. It's a good finish. Way to get aggressive there when he needed to. He's gotta be careful letting the high pinger hang around like that, and try to get. He's trying to get these initial rails, and and slow play you and get you frustrated. I mean, don't let him. I mean, there's opportunities to push. So you got to take some calculated risks here to get the frag. A little killer instinct on hoyt. I mean, even if getting this win, or he's going to have future matches if he gets this win. He's really got to work on that killer instinct and getting frags when the opportunity presents itself.
Well, for Steej, he is going to continue to look around and look for this engagement against hoyt. I was kind of hoping he'd go for the mega health. As you can see, he left it open for a few seconds there, but hoyt's doing the exact same thing on the other side of the map. That armor has been there for quite a while now. And is only just now going to get scavenged here. Steej moves in. Yeah, you can definitely tell the lag right there. Steej doing a lot of damage with the LG, and he's going to do it once again as he jumps out from stealth, and there you go. Closes out as he once again, same as the last round, will get the initial kill. Now, you'll note, obviously, that hoyt did recover from this last time, so that's going to be his goal once again for this round, is to trade that back and then try to get a +1 advantage at the very least to win out the second round.
Yeah, nice finish. Nice use with the high ping lightning gun there. You could see him leading it. You can see. I was watching him track a little bit. It was interesting.
Yeah, the tracking. The tracking looked very interesting from our perspective, to say the least.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's a normal ping. Those are all misses, but not here.
Looks like he's pretty used to it, though. I mean, you could tell, or he was kind of used to getting a nice, lightning gun pin on somebody. He did some decent damage there. All things considered, especially if you were in with that ping.
And for Steej, just a quick little bounce down for some intel against hoyt. Don't find him directly yet. Oh, does catch him out of the portal. However, Steej on the rockets and hoyt on the rails. Hoyt will come out on top. Tags down Steej, bringing him a little bit low. Not to a huge margin, though. Steej is going to be able to recover from this already. That is the ultimate problem here, is these guys keep trying to tag each other down low enough to where they can engage, but they're doing it so little that they can just easily just go back and get either mini health or mini armor, or even the full armor pickup or full health pickup, and still have themselves an easy time of recovering from the 1 or 2 rail hits. They need to be a little bit more aggressive than that and do some more damage here. It's Steej, though. Hold on. hoyt might have just messed himself up big time, as now Steej going to leap back in again with the LG. He got bounced this time, though, right up into the air, and that's where hoyt can switch over to the rail to close out the trade and take it down to a 2v2.
Yeah, a little too predictable there with this ghost walk entry. Hoyt you could tell, was just totally ready for that and had some rockets wait for him when he came out.
Nice again from hoyt. Another nice little tag there. Mega health still quite a while away, hoyt, so you're probably not going to want to stick around there for too long, as he does leap out into the open. He's actually lucky that Steej either didn't have rail ready or just didn't have it at all. Looks like he does actually have it in his arsenal, just didn't have it out at the time, so hoyt doesn't get tagged when jumping through the portal. Steej still remains downstairs on the other side, trying to delay this fight for as long as possible that he can go back, get that mega health. hoyt has plans to steal it himself, but the timers are way too close together right now, so there's no way he's going to make that run as long as Steej is already there ready to pick it up himself. We'll have to suffice with just getting a nice little spot on Steej's Ranger and then Rocket Hall. He's made himself very visible too here. And he's very lucky with that missed rail shot. hoyt now going to pop the stealth, try to get up behind him, and there we go. And there's the engagement. 1, 2 rockets, and the quick switch to the rail to get the next kill. Now hoyt's got the advantage with only about 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining for Steej to trade it.
That was very nice. Hit the ghost walk deployment, so Steej didn't know he was invis. You know, Steej made a misread there. This is a pretty common play to do what Hoyt did. You know, didn't have his head on a swivel, and Hoyt lined him up with some rockets and finished him with the rail. Good job by Hoyt, and yeah, Steej got to keep you aware of that ghost walk.
Another light shot, or rail shot, excuse me, from Hoyt. Now Hoyt's going to have a huge advantage on this next, having both the Mega Armor and the Mega Health. Hoyt also goes slipping through the portal here to try to get another opener. Nicely done. Leads into that rocket perfectly. That's 100 damage. That's the full armor gone away, but Steej is able to hold on. Hits 2 rail shots on his own, and that's the big negative of the Knicks, as the Knicks cannot take an open fight. So, completes that trade, and oh, this is going to come down close. 15 seconds remain, but at the last moment, Steej steals the kill and steals the round, as he'll take it and now tie this up at 1-1.
What a turnaround for Steej. One of those things about engaging in Quake, in any version of Quake, you know, have a backup plan, have a retreat plan. As you saw, you know, Hoyt thought he had good position. He landed a good rocket early on, wanting to finish. The next thing you know, he got railed. He was in a bad spot, and he had no avenue for retreat, none. And because of that, you know, Steej got the kill and followed up with another, you know, spawn frag, and you know, down goes the round. So you really got to be careful about when you choose your engagements. You know, what if something goes bad for you? What are you gonna do?
Well, Steej up on top here now, just trying to hit some early rail shots if he can. It's a little bit of a shooting. Oh, nicely done from Steej. The cheeky jump up as well on the wall there, just to get a nice little vision against Hoyt. And Hoyt's got to hightail it out of here. He's on the run. He might not be on the run enough though. Ooh, just gets into stealth in time to dodge the next rail shot from Steej. And Steej is still hunting, hoping his opponent's still somewhere down towards the shotgun hall, but he's long gone. He's already way over where the armor is. So Hoyt's going to be going for that pickup now and has looked to recover for the next fight, as he's now done so. He's ready to jump back in on Steej, should Steej choose to re-engage that quickly. Diving down, gets the surprise now as he jumps into it into stealth to get away. He doesn't get destroyed by these rockets and out into the open. Hits the rail, but I think he just underestimated the amount of health that Hoyt had left over from that fight. So Hoyt will survive it.
The health bubble he picked up right at the bottom of the stairs saved his life. He had 19 after that. After he got hit with the rail, because he grabbed the health bubble, he was able to survive. A little bit of an error there by Hoyt. He listened for Steej, right? So you hear him above you, and then you know you sneak him, and then you strafe jump down there, and you pick up the hourglasses, and he totally gave up the element of surprise.
Impressive.
And oh, what? All right, apparently that hit on Steej's screen. so there's another funny shot. As Hoyt's going to get hit by that rail, apparently. And he'll be pushed back, having to go and recover a little bit. Thankfully, Hoyt had a lot of armor and whatnot built up there. And another one shot. That one looks a little bit more on point from Steej this time. He does try to move in and close out on Hoyt, but he himself's going to get hit. And unfortunately, he's been missing a lot of these power-up grabs, so he's relatively low. But the Mega Health's waiting for him right there, so he's going to be able to recover pretty quickly. Put himself into a safe spot. Now Steej stuck in a corner here, but is going to be able to continue the fight regardless. Out into the open with a rail. Both will miss their shots. And again, both will choose to disengage. I don't think Hoyt is going to try to follow that up on top here to the rocket bridge.
Oh, he missed jump there. Missed jumps. He's going to get... Oh, okay. He wasn't... I was wondering if Steej is going to be right on top of the heavy armor timer. He wasn't, so Hoyt was able to get back after missing that jump. That's a little foolish at the ghost walk. You don't want to do that. What Hoyt just did as a ghost walk is a bit of a waste. One, you're going to lose any advantage you have. You can hear that jump pad. So even if you're ghost walk, you hit the jump pad, they're going to hear you. And it's a total giveaway. So if you're new or being better, don't do that.
Oh, there is
nice shots there.
There's going to be Hoyt, who swings in there with a nice rail shot and now gets himself the advantage in this round. And again, with how slow this duel continues to go, it's looking likely this would go on to timer again, with the first kill only happening at the 3-minute mark. So Hoyt actually has a pretty big advantage right now, considering how slow these fights have tended to be. And oh man, Hoyt just missing an opportunity to tag Steej early on here. He does know exactly where he went though, so we can pop into the second hallway and tag him down anyway, forcing Steej to play passive for a little bit longer. And that's really the only goal that Hoyt needs to work towards now. If he doesn't want to go and actually try and hunt down his opponent, which he might be doing. Oh, no. Nice. Perfectly played from Hoyt. Waits it out. Does it in a position where Steej is not going to see it or even hear it coming, and then just waits in the corner when Steej is sitting back to get the implosion kill against Steej.
Yeah, nice execution of the ghost walk there, where his opponent couldn't see it. He already had a read on his opponent. You know, he was listening for the sound cues. So that was a good read and a good deploy of the ghost walk. So his opponent had no clue that he used it.
Perfect deployment. The implosion from Hoyt, so nicely done. Takes down Steej, his second player, and now, well, Steej basically has 50 seconds to get 2 kills, and Hoyt's on a Nyx, which is quite a tricky character to catch under some circumstances here, so they're going to have to be very, very careful. Hoyt, again, just goes in, steals the armor. Is a bit annoying to Steej, and is not even really going to chase. He's just going to sit back, sit in the same position while he was stealthed up, and wait things down a little bit here. Trying to peck at some damage for Steej, should he actually jump into the fight, so that he can hopefully still win that out and just have a nice little 3-0 round here, but regardless, Steej is up against the wall, and he basically has no choice here. He has to jump into this fight in the next 20 seconds. He does jump himself, you know, with a lot of damage, though, so he's actually going to lose his first character. And Steej, well, now he's just got to find the second one. Hoyt, waiting for that respawn.
Yeah, waiting.
Actually, I think
he might be okay.
Okay, he's back in now. Yeah, he only spawned with about 2 seconds left over anyway. So 2-1. Hoyt does get the advantage there still and ends up with a 1-round advantage going into round 4. So he can win it out here and claim map number 1 in this set.
And nice ghost walk engagement to really get that cushion on that frag that he needs. So let's see how he continues to play now. Seems like the high ping isn't working too well for Steej right now. He's a 25% railgun and 23% lightning gun, so he's and only 8% on his rockets. So he's having some problems connecting.
So for Steej here, he's going to try to get a little bit creative with the jump up. Missed the initial opportunity to get the jump on Hoyt there, as he did stealth up when going across the bridge. But he also used his own stealth, Steej did. So both of these stealths are going to be on cooldown for a little bit here. Nice from Steej. Gets a little nice headshot that he snuck off. Unfortunately, he just stood there after he got that kill, hoping for a repeat, and he got it. But he was not ready to take the shot back that quickly, so Hoyt also traded that damage back in. And speaking of Hoyt, leaping in he comes to steal the armor away from Steej and maintain his overarching advantage here.
Yeah, just keep the pressure on. He's got a good time space between the major items. You know, Steej seems, like I said, the pressure, Hoyt's starting to put a little more pressure on him, and you can just see he's starting to melt a little bit. So Hoyt just needs to keep the confidence up, keep running the items, and keep playing off the Steej. You know, cut him off and keep putting damage on him. Force him into engagements. He does not want to. You can just see the way he's playing. He doesn't want to. He wants to pick and have a huge advantage, and because of the ping, you know, he can't afford to get in straight engagements.
Next rail shot could win the initial duel here. Steej is low, but so is Hoyt. Hoyt does not want to take the duel. But oh, actually, they're going to meet by circumstance here. Another nice little swipe from Steej, as that reduces the health pool of Hoyt even more. Thankfully for Hoyt, he recovered a lot of his armor and whatnot there, so he can survive the next hit. Not anymore, though. He's still too low. Needs to go back, get some health quickly. Otherwise, he is going to die on the next engagement from Steej. And Steej has already recovered due to picking up the mega health here. Whereas Hoyt's had to go scrambling, and he's got nothing yet. He's still at 25 on each tick, and now look at this, Steej. He can just walk right in and get himself a free pickup of the full armor too. So Hoyt's looking terrible right now. He's finally scavenged a little bit of health together, but okay, maybe that rail will change things a little bit. I was about to say Steej has a huge advantage as long as he doesn't get hit by a rail the second he jumps into the fight, but all of a sudden things are looking a little bit more even as Hoyt strikes back. And now has himself the big play, and Hoyt will also get the kill up close with the rockets when Steej tries to go up the jump pad. I don't even think he realized that Hoyt was up there when he tried to go for the full armor, or the full health, excuse me.
Yeah, I agree. I don't. He's smarter than that. He wouldn't have gone up the jump pad like that. He had no clue Hoyt was there.
So Hoyt is going to try for a quick second kill too. Got to be a little bit careful on the Nyx, of course. But get some nice early damage in. He's going to keep the Ranger on his toes for Hoyt, or for Steej. Keep him.
Gotta recognize that Mega's coming up. Just don't let Steej get any momentum here. You got him on the ropes.
Yeah, nicely done here. Steej tries to go for a rail shot. It's going to miss. Hoyt just sleuths over there, gets himself a quick pickup of the mega health. And if he's quick enough, he can get back over here for the armor too. Hit the wall though, so he might be holding back. But now the time still works out for him. And Steej is nowhere to be seen here. So Hoyt gets tanked up again. Mind that both the armor and the health is going to deteriorate relatively quickly on the Nyx. So he's not going to have those power-ups for so long. Steej jumping through, and Hoyt with a nice dodge, and the repeak as well. Into the next rail shot. Tries to go up on top, but there we go. The bounce and rail combo. Beautiful stuff from Hoyt. Now he's at a 3v1 advantage in this round, and a 2-1 advantage in this map. One more frag, and he'll take the initial map here in this series.
Yeah, I like the play from Hoyt there, not jumping down right away. He kept this nice high position that he had, and then go for the fake. And when he die orbs back up, he was there waiting for him. So it was good patience by Hoyt there to not overreact to the situation, because he had his opponent right where he needed him. There's no need to panic and jump down or.
He's going to try to leap on top, and there you go. 2 rockets will finish off the job for Hoyt, as he cleanly takes control of map number 1 here. Struggled for a little bit, I believe, in round 2.
Yeah.
But after that, took really great control against our Australian challenger with quite high ping. You, of course, have to give congratulations to Steej for getting as far as he did. In fact, even winning a round was impressive there. As we saw, he was definitely struggling with some aspects of the game, but still managed to win out 1 round at least, and he still has another chance on the upcoming map. But Hoyt is going to take the initial advantage.
Yeah, it looked like Hoyt started to settle into a little bit of a groove there and get a little more comfortable. I wonder if maybe his nerves settled down a little bit, or he's just started getting more comfortable. Maybe a feel out process. The first couple rounds, play style and just trying to figure out what your opponent's trying to do. But it looked like he started to settle in there at the end, especially that last round.
So we'll head back to the lobby really quickly, but this should only be about 30 seconds or so delay between these maps, guys. There should be nothing stopping us from jumping into the second map. We just need to see the pick from Steej and what exactly he's going to want to go with here for his second map. Let's take a look at the chat and see exactly what that pick is going to be. It's up to him, so he gets to decide it here. It looks like Blood Run is what we're going to roll with here for the second map, so we'll be jumping over to that one. Not really surprised. Definitely a popular map here. We've seen a lot of players do just because of its history, of course, and the familiarity surrounding it. So it is time to go back in. We'll see if the drafts are going to be any different this time for Steej, if he wants to try and add more survivability due to his ping, obviously, disadvantage, and the other factors that he'll deal with on this map. And the same can be said for Hoyt. He might also want to change it up a little bit, too.
Yeah, honestly, I played on the European servers a little bit, so I've dealt with a 200+ ping in this game, and it's not easy. I mean, it's certainly easier to use the railgun than it is the other weapons. So I would expect him, as he was, kind of trying to lean on getting some railgun hits first before engaging with rockets and LG. So yeah, I'm not surprised actually not seeing him take a tanky champion given his high ping. You don't want to be in any kind of hit scan engagements where you're giving up a large target to your opponent because you're already dealing with the 250 ping. So I would rather keep myself lean and small and quick, and just try to minimize too heated engagements, right? I don't want too hot of an engagement because of my ping. I want to slow things down and have an advantage before I get into something like that.
Well, we once again are in game, folks, so as soon as the warm-up concludes in about 20-ish seconds here, we should be jumping into the map itself. Hoyt, like we said before, has the advantage here, so if he can take map number 2 as well, then he is going to move forward and be our 4th player today to qualify for the North American Regionals. However, Steej trades it back. Well, we go to map number 3 to decide it all.
Prepare to fight.
And the Galena pick is once again interesting to see here too. We didn't see it. We saw a pick, I think, in our last match here when we went to this map too, and we didn't have as much use of the totems as I would have liked, mainly because the Galena never really got brought out. But this time, it's going to be the very first champion that Steej will go for. So I'm interested to see how exactly this totem is going to play into the fight, if at all, of course. And Steej immediately uses it. He's going to try to block offset at the very least. If his opponent's going to try to push on him there, he gets a little bit of a warning that they have to destroy the totem before jumping in there, or just take the 75 damage, which is quite a bit. Steej gets that little bit of a spot on the Hoyt early on here, able to tag him down. So doing that early damage, doing it again too. Steej is actually going to get hit, but he's able to dive downstairs here now. Recover quite a bit of that HP due to the totem being on the ground. He can set up another one now too if he wants to somewhere else here and recover even more HP if he gets tagged again. That's the key for him right here. But also got to be careful of a flank from Hoyt, as he's going to be a little bit tricky to catch on that Ranger.
Got a totem set up outside the portal by rocket launcher portal. Good position by Hoyt. Nice finish. Just knocked him off the ledge and finished. I'm still wondering if he's gonna run into one of those totems.
No, they're gone now. I think when the
that's right, yeah,
they despawn when the Galena dies, I think. He actually missed the die orb there, so he's gonna give over the armor to Steej, and that pretty much just saves Steej's life. Granted, Steej may have not jumped out into the open if the armor was stolen, but Hoyt also would have been up top, so he probably would have been able to engage on Steej a lot better. But still, pretty much the entire advantage that Steej got there has already been negated. Hoyt, all right, a little bit of a messed up rocket. Could have been some great follow-up damage there, too, to bring Steej back to his knees again and basically right around 25 HP. But now they're going to race to this one. And oh, no, Steej baited into the fight. He thought he was safe to go for that mega health pickup, but no. hoyt will get it, and now he's got a quick 2-0 lead.
Yeah, good play by hoyt there. Steej, you read it. That's exactly what you said is true. He thought he could get in there and steal it, and it was bait. And he ran right into some rockets. It's a good play by hoyt right now. Nice round.
And Steej with the last-ditched attempt to dire orb into his opponent. Didn't work out. Fell short by a few meters there, so he ends up getting eliminated from the round and loses his third champion. Very quick first round for hoyt, and he wins it in a 3-0 fashion. So that's exactly the start that hoyt needs. And now he's just going to clean sweep it up all the way to 3 rounds, and he will take this series in a quick 2-0 bout there. This map already going way quicker than what we saw back on Blood Covenant in the last match here. Look at this. They're just both continuing into this fight. The problem is that hoyt forgot about the totem. So Steej was able to recover his health mid-fight. hoyt, yeah, you couldn't do that. So Steej actually gets a good advantage here to start things off. And he almost tags down the Sorlag very early on, too.
Yeah, careless on multiple fronts, dropping down with the railgun like that. Even if you could finish him like that, or he was low, I mean, should have just kept his good position and machine gunned them or whatever. Just dropping down like that, he put himself in a position where he could be killed, and that's exactly what happened.
For Steej, still trying to hold the line, make sure that Sorlag doesn't push directly into him. Steej has a very big advantage right now, having both the mega health and the extra armor. So both of his pools are overcharged right now, and hoyt knows that, so he's not going to be too keen on jumping into this engagement gung ho. He needs to look for
him down there.
Yeah, he's looking for like a rail or a nice rocket hit there, and there you go. Bounces him up a little bit, but the LG stuff from Steej is great here right now. hoyt just gets melted as a result of that one, so he has to back out of this fight.
I'm laughing because it was a little unlucky for hoyt. He set up a nice ambush, and he knocked him so high with the rocket that his opponent landed on the rocket launcher ledge, which he didn't want, and gave Steej some decent position to get damage back in his own.
Steej continuing to be a real pain with these totems as well, as they are set up primarily around the mid right now. Take a look at hoyt again and see how he's trying to cope with this disadvantage. He's looking for an opportunity to turn this fight on its heels, but right now hasn't really gotten it at all. Didn't even realize it. I think that Steej had gone out into mid there, so eats another rail shot. Has to sit in the blood pool to regenerate some of his HP, but he still doesn't have really a whole lot of armor to play off of, so can't take this fight with confidence. Should Steej decide to jump into it here.
Trapped in the location right now. It's only 2 ways out of there.
hoyt again having to leap forward here. I'm not sure if he got hit by that totem or not, but he does manage to escape actually. It looks like the rocket did most of the damage. Nice escape from hoyt. The rocket jump to propel him forward and then leaps himself over to the bounce pad. He's still got to be careful here though. The LG melting him down at range. He's trying to get rid of that totem before he dives into this fight, but finally converts it. And there we go. Gets rid of that very annoying Galena as hoyt trades out the kill, and now we down to a 2v2.
Yes, he's trying to line up the lightning gun, but you might want to think about strafing left and right a little bit while you're doing it. He was standing still, and hoyt just dropped some rockets down on his face, and he was more than obliged to catch him. So it was a good job by hoyt to drop the rockets down in position, and Steej had decent position, but you gotta be aware of those rockets dropping down on you, man.
And hoyt really just messed up there. He'll let Steej go in, steal the armor. Like literally, he was looking at Steej and didn't even realize it for a good 2 seconds. And then not only that, but he got tagged by a rail on retreat as well. So that sucks for hoyt. Thankfully, there's gonna be a Nyx tries to fight him right up close and personal. He almost loses it regardless of his good rocket placement. But he backs out, and so does Steej, since he was also brought down relatively low in that engagement. Now, nicely done.
Oh, he's in great shape now.
Yeah. A bit of luck for hoyt catching Steej moving through the portal right there, so he's going to be able to get a bit of an edge off of that one. Now steals the armor away. In 15 seconds, he can potentially go for the mega health pickup too. And Steej, sitting over here in the nail gun room, is trying to go for some pickups himself. He's going to get forced into stealth. Is he following it? Yes!
Nice.
But beautiful prediction from hoyt. Perfect rocket placement, and it just destroys the Nyx as soon as she walks into stealth. Now onto the Ranger, but hold on, the Ranger moved in, stole the mega health. Didn't matter, though, as we saw it. Once again, our East Coast player is able to push through, and hoyt claims round number 2. 2-0 fashion. Still remains dominant, even after starting off behind in the second round.
Yeah, nice rocket placement kill on the Ranger, and again, good read on the Nyx, right? That's just a careful play, right? He's going for the mega health. He timed it 3 seconds. I'm going to shoot a rocket behind me just in case this Nyx is following me, and just lined it up for. It was good. It's excellent play by Hoyt. Looks like he's going to try to close the show.
And the Galena tries to commit to that fight way too soon, it seems. So Steej is going to end up in a fight that he has no hope of winning really there. He got close, but just the fact that he had to jump in first really hurt him there. So Hoyt had plenty of time to prep for that counter out Steej, and now Hoyt gains the first frag again. Up 3v2. The Dyrab actually missed again. So he is going to let Steej move forward there. Tags onto him with a little bit of LG damage before it goes in. The stealth pop does scare Hoyt away for a moment here.
Steej finally got a decent weapon. Now he's got a rocket launcher, so but he doesn't really have it. He doesn't have anything else. He's gonna go for this railgun.
For Hoyt, again, still trying to figure out where exactly that Nyx is located. Mega health in play now, and I mean both players just happy to keep with it. Hold on now. Hoyt's making a move up through the grate, tags in just as the armor pickup moves back in though. So Hoyt's actually able to negate out a lot of that pickup. Had perfect timing on the engagement.
Nice.
And there we go, the second kill already for Hoyt. He's one more away from moving on into the regionals.
I like this reposition because Steej wasn't even expecting Hoyt to come from that angle, you know, that area. So it was a nice reposition. Really liked it.
Oh, and Hoyt, he for sure hears Steej down there. I think I'll still do that. Really wants to just, yeah, there you go, nicely done. Counters out the pickup again. So Steej ends up with really low HP. The Dyrab, oh, Hoyt's able to dodge the grenade effect of the Dyrab, but as he moves in, oh, he could have ended the match right there.
Oh, man.
He's angry about that one. That shot was just a pixel or two too high.
Yeah, he really had him lined up there for the finish. Should probably get it, though. He's got Steej on the ropes, man. He's going to come right at him. Nice. So the rocket jump before he's taking him.
He knows he's got Steej stuck into like one or two routes here, so he just has to lock down exactly which route that is. But he goes downstairs for the mega health. He's got the tank though, so nothing's stopping him from being able to jump back in and engage on this fight. He's even got the full armor spawning out in a second here too. Oh, nice. He doesn't know how to do that. Nice. Cool. So Hoyt uses that nice little trick there. People found out pretty quickly with the tribal when that got added back at E3. On how to actually do that little mini rocket jump to get up on top of that ledge without the Dyrab being available. Hoyt, you gotta be careful here, man. Your opponent's stuck behind you there. Thankfully, you've got all that extra health, but he ate a second one too. So all of a sudden, Hoyt's gonna end up on the receiving end of this round now, and Steej does have a chance to convert at least one kill here.
Yeah, little carelessness from Hoyt. Looks like he's still gonna get the mega health back, so Steej didn't have timer on it, but he's gonna know the heavy armor's up there.
Yeah, and Hoyt's got a mini armor sitting in here too, so he can lock out Steej with relative ease. Keep him out of this fight for the time being.
Still a decent amount of time on the clock for Steej to come back, so Hoyt doesn't want to slow play too much.
Nice bounce from Steej. Unfortunately, he lost track of Hoyt, so Hoyt was able to convert that back a little bit here, and Hoyt can then fall back once again into the nail gun room again. And now his opponent went downstairs too, so he is able to move in. LG work from the Australian player is actually quite proficient though. Hoyt turns it around though with a nice shot coming off from his rocket. And in this blood pit, remember, Hoyt's recovering HP, but Steej at the last second leaps over the final rocket from Hoyt, and with a railgun shot does turn that fight around, taking down Hoyt and putting him now onto his sword lag. Still a 2v1 advantage, and if Steej doesn't get another kill in the next minute and 15 seconds, then Hoyt will still win out.
Yeah, I thought Hoyt had decent position there and was healing, but he just didn't get the the oomph on that rocket that he wanted to. Right, it just didn't quite land as cleanly as he needed to, and that was good aggression from Steej to seize the opportunity.
Close here for Hoyt now again to get that kill, but he's also been brought down low too. It's basically a dead heat fight between both these players currently, but Steej recovers his in a lot better fashion. Hoyt only uses the blood pit to get some of that health back.
Now Hoyt's got to be really careful. I mean, he started slow playing it. He's only got 30 seconds basically left, but he really needs something.
And there's the jump back in. Hoyt, he's actually trapped here. Now Steej, all of a sudden, he's evened it back up. We're going to end up 1v1 here, and what's even worse is the second Hoyt spawn. You guys could see that. Literally, the second Hoyt went in. He had no time to react to that. Gets tagged by a rail. So he's going to be down low right from the start here, and Steej actually might be able to complete this conversion. Hoyt going to hang out. He's trying to be a little bit tricky here, not run directly into another rail shot, which could kill him at this point if he's not careful. He's recovered a little bit of armor before he's safe to take another one here, and Hoyt is now desperately trying to still win out this round somehow here with rockets, but we go into sudden death, so in a 1v1 anyway. Next kill will win.
Yeah, Hoyt really lost the handle on things about 2 minutes ago. It ran around the 3-minute mark. It started to go negatively for him, and that's why I was saying be careful slow playing too much because there's plenty of time on the clock. And, he gave up 1 frag, and the next thing you know, you're down to 1, and he couldn't get anything going on Sorlag because you're trying to slow play with the tank class. You need to pick up armor. You need to pick up stuff.
He's done with the stealth usage here, and yeah, nicely played. The real great mind game usage there. Finally, he's able to drop down, finishing things off, and with that, we will be able to see Hoyt after a little bit of a bumpy road there in round 3, completing the 3-0 win. And now also taking map 2, so he wins the series 2-0. So congratulations to Hoyt. He's going to be pushing forward. He'll be our 4th player today to qualify for the NA Regionals. And for Steej, valiant attempt with that ping you can see there on the top right, but he's going to have to try again next week.
Yeah, good turnaround for Hoyt. It was looking a little sketchy there for a minute, but he was able to gather himself and get the win there, because it's easy to he really did have the round earlier kind of in the bag, and you let it get away from him a little bit. So it's easy to mentally maybe start talking to yourself negatively a little bit and get out of your game a little bit. So it's important just to kind of keep your calm and stay focused and not let it get to you too much. He had an opportunity probably to close it earlier, but he refocused and got the job done, which is the important thing.
Well, we're halfway done, folks. We have 4 more matches to show you guys, so don't go anywhere. We're going to be coming back in just a few minutes with our next one right here from Week 3 of the Quake World Championships Open Duel Qualifiers for North America.